I mean, look how beautiful that looks. It's so vibrant on my camera. The reason I sometimes don't like to shoot these kind of colors is because it's just so vibrant. Sometimes a little too vibrant, too rich for me. But let's take that shot. I don't know if you can see it, but the rain is really kind of coming down in little patches, but this isn't like my favorite time to actually go out and shoot. Ooh, look at this. This thing looks spiky. Never seen that before. All right, here's the deal. If you do ever go shoot out in the rain, you definitely want to have a camera that's weather sealed, weatherproof, and the lens has to be that as well. Otherwise, the electronics are gonna definitely get like fried. But I've had this Olympus E-M5 for so many years, so this is the one I take out when it is raining. So it is coming down pretty heavy right now. But this is cool. I've seen another photographer in his rain gear. So kindred spirit. I'm about to go back out there now. One other thing I do not have is rain boots. I'm in my New Balance phase of shoes. So they definitely would soak up everything. So I'm just wearing these, what brand is these? Avis. Ain't no rain getting through these, but they're clunky as hell. Here's another set of beautiful roses. I actually like these a little bit more than the red ones, but not enough to shoot them. That one's great looking though. When I get to see something like a flower like this, most people will want to shoot it like head on, like just shoot and frame the flower up. But I actually like to see the angle going up from here, and I tend to shoot it a little bit off. So I'm gonna take a regular front shot, and it's great, looks good. And I see this one right here. You really can't see it right here, but it has a drop of water, and I find that be so beautiful. Oh, it's a beautiful shot. Let me get it. So it's not about looking necessarily at things like just head on, but looking at it from all perspectives till you find something that really catches your eye. In that case, it's that right there. Another great thing is that if you can actually hold your camera in one hand, you are going to get some amazing shots. I know you want to go out with your big, mirrorless or DSLR, and you can get some really cool shots with a really big lens, but man, there's nothing better just being able to do this and to just reach my hand up, know that I got that autofocus, and bam, beautiful. Let's go find something else. Also, what you don't want to forget is looking low to the ground. I saw these, they're like super furry. So try to position you right here. Maybe you can get that perspective of shooting. You see what I like to do. Just drop the knees. I don't know what you call these things. Cattails, will-o-wisp. That's good. So for 20 something years, I have really focused on my craft, the craft of design, the craft of photography. being able to see something with my unique perspective and vision and framing. We used to be able to kind of show that off on the platform, such as Instagram. Maybe it was even Facebook and to a degree, MySpace. But things have taken a really big shift in the last couple of years. And is it really about craft? Or is it more about perspective nowadays? I would say up until fairly recently, everything was about delivering assets. And it didn't matter if you were a designer, a photographer, or even just a regular person who got interested in trying to have a presence on something like Instagram. All right, those platforms made you output assets. It could have been still pictures, it was carousel images, it was videography. So, man, it flooded the market with people really trying to stand out in an algorithm and amongst the tide of people just trying to rise above and to be able to say something. But they said something at that time with their artwork. They said something with their images. But with AI and the way it's advancing, man, it could be faked. I've seen some of these new videography AI tools. It could just take a still picture of you and it can just fully animate it and it looked so good. So what are we going to do about it? How are we going to really, really stand out? I got an idea. I love using Olympus cameras. I've been using them for a few years once I got into Micro Four Thirds. I also have Panasonic. I've had Minolta, Nikon, Canon, a whole range, Fuji, everything like that. And I love this camera. It just fits in my hand. I'm able to get some really cool shots. But you know, Olympus went through a change a couple of years ago and they sold off their camera division to a group and it became OM Systems. So Olympus still around in a form of making one kind of product, where OM Systems continues to make the photography. But if OM Systems was to go out of business, I'd feel sad, but then I still have this camera and I have the lenses for it and I'd still go out and shoot with it. Just because the company dissolved, I still have this tool. And I gotta remember, it's just a tool. Just like any other camera, I'd still pick it up. And if this changed along the way, I would move on, because this just kind of lets me frame my ideas and it allows me to share my perspective. So everything starts up here first. I have an idea. And when I said that, I literally meant I have an idea. I have tons of ideas. That's why I became an art director and a designer, because I had ideas from my experience of reading comic books, listening to Motown music, picking up the record covers that my moms and my brothers just had sprawled across the floor. I've always been an idea person, and I decided at one point that this is what I wanted to do for a living and with my life. But I was never defined by the tools, right? I didn't go to school necessarily to learn Adobe Illustrator or Quark Express at that time, or Macromedia, or Freehand, or Dreamweaver. You remember those? Where are they now? Right? They've all just kind of like shifted and we've moved on to different programs, right? The assets that we're producing, maybe it's the still image, maybe it's videography, and tools have come to make kind of creating those super, super easy. So what do? Well, we got to fall back on the basics, and that's up here. It's the thoughts that we have. All right, all the things that you've experienced in life have formed a perspective that's fully unique to just you. No one can copy that. All right, so we might have output that looks very, very similar, but my differentiator to help me stand out amongst this big sea of just everyone having ideas, good or bad. It's just my own experience. So lean into that. I'm going to lean into that. All right. So that's my idea. And I hope that you can also flourish with your own ideas. And don't worry about AI and the different tools that are developing. All right. Anyways, I thought that was cool to say. I will catch you guys next time. Peace.